humbly thank the comments, the people that are following. A short while, in fact, people call me and say, "Wow, you went through this and this and that." But the essence, why am I doing this? I believe that if you've made mistakes, you're doing a kind of traction in whatever field you are. You don't keep things to yourself. Let people learn from your errors. I'm not encouraging people to take careless risk. I'm just telling that we're in this world once. Take chances, be the best you can be. Empty that cup. Don't just sleep on an idea. Lots of us dream of ideas. There are people that want to travel. There are people that want to write a book. Some want to go and act. Some want to do music. And it's just been speculated. What's the worst that will happen? I just believe my mindset is this: that is either I win or I learn. I don't believe I lose. Even the financial issues I had, I never saw it as a loss. It's a great lesson to me. So that's the same thing I advise to Jimoto. It's not a loss. Things come around. There's a reason for everything in journey. So do not say you're not going to take chances. So that's just mine. I just believe in sharing my journey, my mistakes, my errors, my wins, my little wins. But I think I've had more errors than wins. But the wins somehow you supersede the errors, and I learned a lot from it. So the Sujimoto story is that especially maybe it resonated with a lot of people. I'm telling the young men, I repeat it again, if you're owning loan app, sit down with them, find out a way to settle with the guys, okay? The loan app is actually an advantage if you don't use it well. You don't take it to go and gamble, don't take it for frivolous things. If you want to set up a business and you need 500,000 and you can save 250 and take the other one from loan app to reduce the interest, and you start, and from there that will be your seed money than going to meet some uncles, some friends, some relations to soil your relationship. If at the end the business doesn't work, you pay back the loan app people. Do not use loan app to go and play bets. Do not use it to buy clothes. Do not use it to take your boyfriend or your girlfriend out. That's not the essence of it. You can take the seed of the profit of the business to go and do that. All right. So welcome to Knowing with Sam. I'll give an example. Why am I doing this? Many years ago, I read about a story of a man who is a vulcanizer, and from his vulcanizer business, he sponsored 4 children to university up to master's level. That was an intriguing. That guy is not someone that's like celebrity or whatever. But to me, I wanted to know, how did he do it? You understand? And I read about the guy. The guy was diligent in his ways. He was making daily contribution. He made a lot of sacrifice. It's a win. Now, one of his kids took him abroad, and he shared his story. Real life vulcanizer. So those are kind of win. Success to different people means different things. Let's forget what social media is glorifying and sharing to us, that what success is. You may be very successful business wise, but you're very poor health wise. You're very poor. For example, I lost a very good friend this year, beginning of this year. He was very, very successful, but he was very unwell. He binges on food. He was massive. He had heart problem and he was suffering from diabetes. And what happened? We kept encouraging him. Of what use is it for you to die at the age of 49, even though you're very successful, because you didn't take care of yourself? So he was successful financially, but wasn't successful physically. And they say health is wealth. So now, would you choose? Would you want to be that successful and go at the age of 47 because you didn't take care of yourself? While some of us are unsuccessful, we're successful financially, but relationally, we are not. We're not successful. We don't get along with people. Your family hates you. They think you're trying to suppress them because of money and all that. So you need to find a way to be balanced. So you might be very successful physically. You go to the gym the whole day and you don't work on your finance. How is money going to come? So if you're a gym instructor, that's why they're saying they are broke. But that's a story for another day. There are lots of fit people that are successful, that are rich, and there are lots of people that go to gym. If you know how to leverage that space that you are, then okay, how can this provide for me? Because let's be honest with you, you can't help the poor if you're one of them. I always tell people that the first thing is to get yourself out of a financial quagmire, okay? So that you can contribute to the society. There's nothing you tell a poor man or someone that is struggling financially to do that he will listen to you, all right? Okay, so my topic today, sorry, I was debating. My topic today, I'm going to talk about, somebody was talking about, I keep seeing something online that people said that they lied that you can still be a millionaire working for someone, that you can never be a millionaire while you're working for someone. That's a myth. That's a lie. I know a lot of people that are successful, more successful than me, that work for companies. They work for people. Okay. Before I start, I'll tell you about this lady. This Ada is the MD of Zenith Bank. I checked her history. Towards when I served was when she got into banking, Zenith Bank. All right. And she has been with them throughout. She was one of the most successful managers there. I don't know her story, but she rose by the rank. Now it's estimated that she earned about 800 and something million last year. Her income alone from that. She bought shares of 3 point something million in the share. She rose gradually. I'll give another example. I have a very good friend who worked in one of the oil companies. He got in as a trainee and he was rising gradually. He contributed in his pension. he cashed in from his pension. When they had that bubble bomb many years ago of shares, he lost money, but he bought a lot too. When they were buying land, he takes money from his cooperative, buy land. That guy has properties all over the place. Many of us that are into business cannot, we don't have that leeway. He has a pension. As a business person, you don't have a pension. I'm not trying to do for or against, but I'm just trying to say that they lie to you. They keep telling us, but to become a millionaire, you must work for yourself. Yeah, yes, you heard me right. And today, I'll prove to you that numbers and strategy is what you need, and the mindset when you work for someone. You have to grow. The essence is that, for example, you come into a company and you're at the bottom, even as a cleaner. I'll give you an example. My driver is no more with me, worked with me for 8 years. Okay. And he comes from Ikorodu, all right, and he will stay on the island Monday to Friday, and Saturday he goes home with his family. And he did that for 2 years. I told him, look, guy, where do you stay? He said, you're a tenant over there and you're squatting somewhere. Why don't you move your family? He said, no, he wants to get his. And I looked for a while. It didn't look like he would do it. Now, I advised him that, look, I'm going to be taking part of your money and be keeping away 20% of your salary. And we started doing that. And later we increased it to 30. His wife does something. Anyway, we went to buy a quarter plot in Ikorodu then. I can't remember the amount. It was a big milestone for him. It took him 2 years to save out that money. And he was paying 3 times. He bought a quarter plot. From there, he started saving, went to get a few blocks. He involved with them, the mold block. Anyway, fast forward 10 years later. That guy has about 15 rooms self-contained with tenants. He has a place, room and parlor with his kids. His kids have graduated from school. But if he's waiting, I know people in his position. When he left me finally, was earning maybe 150K a month or whatever. He has gone on to do his own thing. But if he depended like other, he wouldn't have his own property. In fact, he told me he has gone into transportation business. He told me he has acquired a second property. So really, somehow, is not what you earn. People tell you must be your own boss, so you quit. Many of us quit our jobs because we want to go and be our own boss. Okay? No, there is nothing like you must be very poor. That lady that I told you about Zenny Bank, there are lots of people, Google employee, Dangote staff, the management team in Apple. No, there are strategies of how you can work for somebody and still be successful. Please forget those motivational speakers that keep telling you what is not real, that you must be your own boss. Yes, I am my own boss, but I know that the journey of being your own boss, you can go through all those your mama put people, the people you see in the market, all these your roadside people. You can actually hustle on your whole life and never make it as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not easy, and nobody told you that by the time you're 60 years old, whatever you made is downhill. So picture all those people that are selling. Fine, they are supporting. I'm not getting, but my issue is that people telling you must quit your job. Yes, when you're your own boss, it gives you the freedom to operate. You can, go to work at any time. But for example, if you're working and you're earning 500,000 a month, I'm going to start with that. I can go lower, but it doesn't even mean that I'm just using an average amount. And you're able to save 20% of that money. That's 100K every month. And you save that for 10 years. At compound interest, you have over 100 million. That's what people don't know. Then you're qualified if your company gives they have a lending scheme, pension scheme. You don't lend it to go and celebrate your 30th birthday. No, you take money from that thing and buy a land. Take money from it, buy property. I know one or two. In fact, I know this friend I talked about that works in one of the oil companies. He has properties in Ikoyi. He has property in VI. And he didn't start today. He was frugal. What happens when you work with people? Go and check most of your friends that work in top end companies. What do? They increase their life. Their children go to expensive schools. They travel abroad. They do that. All those things because everybody around you, that's what they're doing. But if you're sure, this my friend was focused, even when we're laughing at him, and he focused on what he wants. Now he can have as much holidays as he wants. What happens when you work for people that you do not do well is because many didn't start their own, they didn't invest well, the mindset. I know a man in Lagos who worked in a bank for about 25 years and he never started a business. But every 2 years, he bought a small piece of land. Every 2 years, he bought a property. Today, he owns properties worth over 1 billion. Every 2 years. And he saves frugally, survived on 50% of his income. Likewise, you earning a small job. Don't tell yourself that this 60,000 or 7,000 is not even enough for me. Go around it. You can do a side hustle while still working. Because peace of mind, you're guaranteed. Do you know what business people go to? Do you know what they go to? You have to maximize your income. That's what it is. You must maximize your income when you work in a company. You have to see that salary as a tool. You learn a skill. Change jobs if it doesn't suit the way you're going to directly in life. The higher income, the more you build wealth. So you're earning 50,000 now and you get opportunity to earn 70. You earn 70, move to 70. That 20,000 on top, do not spend it. See it as a bonus because you were surviving on 50 before. But what happens to us? We are earning 100,000 and they give us 200,000. We start living like someone that earns 200,000. That is what happens to most of us in life. Okay. Number three, save aggressively. 20% of your income must be saved. If you want to be, you will be, save 20% of your income. Like I said before, if you're earning 1 million naira and you're saving 20%, that's 200,000 naira. In a year, that's about 2.4 million. Compound that in 10 years. Don't forget into consideration that your salary is increasing. Another friend who works in one of the parastatals in Lagos State. That guy has been saving for the past 15 years. He has a farm somewhere that he plants tomato. He was just telling us recently that he has started potato business as well in Ekpe, and that the income he makes from the farm that he planted there, where he plants those potato and tomato, is 2 times what he earns in his salary. And by the time it's times 5, he will decide if he's going to quit. I told him, don't quit. You've already put in enough years, enough years. You're going to have pension. So please don't let anybody tell you that because you work for somebody. That's not the problem. The problem is your mindset shift. You see yourself as a salary earner. See yourself as a businessman. Give your best at that job. Seek training. Ask, what do I have to do to be promoted? Because when you're promoted, you earn more. Okay? Except it's not convenient for you. You wake up early and all that. But if you're one, who is this advice for? If you're one of those that enjoy the job you do, you enjoy your job, and somebody is psyching you to go and be a businessman. I told you about a friend's wife who I must be an entrepreneur. She went to quit her job. This is somebody that's been one of the top chefs in Lagos. She's been earning nothing less than 1 million naira as of 12 years ago. Count all the 5-star hotels in Lagos. In Africa, she's worked there. I don't know how they pushed her to go and be an entrepreneur. The husband took loan, they did all, and they went to set up a restaurant in VI. And I didn't see them. We went for the opening, for the launching of the restaurant, top-end restaurant. He did well. We encouraged them. We visited a few times to patronize their business, to encourage them. And every time I go, I could see a sad look on the woman's face. She's not cut out for that. Don't get me wrong, entrepreneurship is good. But there are those that are very structured. They love being in an organized working environment. So what matters is for you to do. Didn't you hear about the lady that retired at 54? This lady retired at 54 and she was what? In assets, 1 point something billion. Now, how do you even define a millionaire? A millionaire is when you define your liability minus assets. What is left in assets? Okay? So let us not allow the world to deceive us, to tell us that we must be our own boss. That's the language they live. And before you know it, everybody quits their job. And majority of the reason why people quit their job, only if you're at an unhappy job, fine, I'll encourage you to leave. But if you're doing well and you think I can save out, what happens is that we overspend. You're earning 50,000 and they increase your salary to 100,000. The next thing, you're living a 100,000 lifestyle. No. Most of those guys that I know that become very successful, who are retired today and very rich, is they live the frugal life. They didn't see it as bonus. Constant saving, constant planning, lots of side hustle. A business person is focusing on his business. If he dies, he dies. And there's nothing he can do about it. So don't let anybody show you. If you love business like myself, risk and all that, you do it. Okay? But if you love being in an organized structure, gradual promotion, you can still be happy. Please do not let anybody tell you that because you work for somebody, you can never be a millionaire. I know not one, not two, not three. They live a better life. They are more relaxed. They go on holidays. They save. They invest their money. They invest in stock. They invest in mutual fund. They invest in shares. They've read it very well. They understand it. And they are at peace with themselves. They close work by 5. They are home. Nobody should call you lazy. You're not lazy. Whether you're in America, whether you're in Canada, don't let those, I don't want to use a bad word, those naughty motivational speakers, you must be your own boss. It's a lie. They lied. They are trying to encourage you to do. No. What matters is that many of you that work for people become lazy and reliant on that income because it keeps coming. But if you focus your mind that, okay, I'm working here, I'm earning 100,000 naira a month. How do I earn 200,000? That should be your own. 2, you improve your skill, your knowledge, you write professional exam, you keep improving. Then you take the extra that they pay you and invest. If you do the investment in 10 years, a lot of entrepreneurs will not see your life. Most of the entrepreneurs will know. Look around your street, look around the area. They are glorified hustlers. Yes, the only difference is that most billionaires are entrepreneurs. Don't get it wrong. A lot of billionaires are entrepreneurs. Don't get it right. But You can still be super rich, super successful when you work for someone and you work diligently. Once again, thank you for the encouragement. I'm not perfect, I'm learning. It's okay, you can disagree with me respectfully. Let us engage ourselves. But one thing I know is that you don't need to, not everybody is destined to be an entrepreneur. No, not everybody likes that life. You can work in a company, save out a percentage of your money, read the exam to climb the ladder, get stock options in the company, invest wisely, and you keep growing. All right. Have a beautiful day. My name is Sam. Take care.